Shabbat Shalom, Cantor, Rudy.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Shana.
Shabbat Shalom, friends.
Everyone.
We're praying everyone is well. Welcome to Congregation Ner Tamid of San Francisco. And we are beginning this evening. This is Shabbat Shuvah, special Shabbat, the Shabbat of Return. It's so named because of one of the readings tomorrow morning, which begins, "Return, return, all of the good people, return to the good path, the path of justice and righteousness and forgiveness, the path of harmony and peace." So we'll begin Shabbat Shuvah tonight. It's almost entirely our regular Shabbat service, couple tiny modifications. But our opening song tonight will be old words and new, traditional melody and contemporary. And the words begin, "Return again." Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are, born and reborn and reborn. Return to the land of your soul. Return again. Return again, return to the land of your soul. Vanish, vanish, return to the land of your soul. Chadesh, Chadesh, Yameinu kekedem. Return to the land of your soul. These are the 10 days of repentance, the Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, the 10 days of return when we're invited to come home to all of the things that we know are good and right and will sustain us. And one of those, of course, is Shabbat. It sustains the Jewish heart. And as was once said, more than the Jewish people has kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jewish people. So we welcome the angels, say farewell to the ones that were with us, and here come the angels of Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, page 13b. Let's just have it a little, so we know what we're saying. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi'imeret Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi'melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi'melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi'melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. everyone had a beautiful Rosh Hashanah, has been having a sweet New Year's celebration. Lots of apples and honey. Make sure that when you have your challah tonight, you keep dipping that challah in honey for a sweet New Year. Let's continue with our Kabbalat Shabbat service. It is regular, despite the heightened intensity of these days. This is Psalm 95, verses 1 and 2. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Naria, naria, letzur yishenu, vekadma vanav betoda. Naria, naria, letzur yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, Adonai. Let's continue with Shiru Ladonai. This verse is from Psalm 96. It's been a few weeks since we've done them, Cantor. Rudy, let's see if we remember that. Here we go. Shiru Ladonai kol haaretz. Shiru Ladonai shir hadash. Shiru Ladonai. Shiru shiru Ladonai. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai. Shiru shiru Ladonai. I will sing unto God a new song. Ooh, that feels good to sing. In a couple of nights, we'll have Or Zarua, this verse from Psalm 97, in its most solemn and in many ways very joyous way too, but in its most solemn melody. But since it is a verse that is full of joy, we'll sing it with our super joyous melody. You all know it. Clap along, please. Make a happy noise. 3 and... Or Zarua, Latzadim, U'Yishelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadim, U'Yishelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadim, U'Yishelem Simcha. U'Yishelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadim, U'Yishelem Simcha. U'Yishelem Simcha. Yadadai, dadai, 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 dadai. Yadadai, dadai, dadai. Yadadai, dadai, dadai, dadai. Yadadai, dadai. Or Zarua, Latzadim, U'Yishelem Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadim, U'Yishelem Simcha. Gathering all of the instruments that the world has to offer, the beginning, or actually middle, of Psalm 98, Zamru Ladonai. If you're with us in the Likrat Shabbat prayer book, which is linked in our constant contact, by the way, so you can always find most of these words there. We're in the middle of page 30. Zamru Ladonai bechino, bechino vekol zimra, machatzot vekol shofar, harir lifnei hamelech Adonai, yiram hayamim lo.
עמך ורחב יחד הרים ירננו לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים במישרים ירם ים ומלוא תבל ויושבבה נהרות עמך ורחב יחד הרים ירננו.
And Psalm 99 is an invitation to come together to God's holy mountain, which is really anywhere where our spirits are raised. The image of going up high, ascending, making an aliyah with our prayers and our wishes and our hopes and our blessings for one another. Psalm 99, Romemu.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו לעד קודשו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו לעד קודשו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו.
Going to share Psalm 29. We'll do it all the way through. Let's see. Cantor, Rudy, will you lead us off
Absolutely,
with
Rabbi.
these images of the mountains? Just turn our gaze and our thoughts upwards.
Havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim
Havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz.
Havu l'Adonai kevod shemo
Ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh.
Kol Adonai al hamayim
El hakavod hierim Adonai al mayim rabim.
Kol Adonai ba'koach
Kol Adonai behadar.
Kol Adonai shover arashim
Vayishaber Adonai et arze halvanon.
Vayarkidem kemo egel
Levanon vesirion kemo venereimim.
Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh
Kol Adonai yachil midabar.
Yachil Adonai mibar kadesh
Kol Adonai yecholel ayalot.
Vayechesof ye'arohot
ובהיכלו כולו אומר כבוד, ובהיכלו כולו אומר כבוד.
Adonai למבול ישב
וישב אדוני מלך לעולם.
Adonai עוז לעמו ייתן
אדוני יברך את עמו ושלום. We are going to get ready to greet the Shabbat bride, the Shabbat HaMalkah. I remember being a very little girl in Mrs. Lipner's kindergarten class at the Hebrew Academy. And we would have a Shabbat on Friday morning to practice for the real thing. And everybody always wanted to be the Shabbat bride and be sung into the room. It was always very exciting. Someone would be the Abba, the Ima, the Ben and the Bat, the father, mother, daughter and son. And somebody also got to be the guest. I loved to be the guest. We would have a little Shabbat service in class. It was very, very sweet. God, I see that so clearly. And then somebody would be the Shabbat bride, and we would open the door, and in she would come. In those days, only the girls were Shabbat bride. My friends, Lecha Dodi is page 40. Please do sing the chorus with us, certainly. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yanadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yanadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai. Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha ishmi'anu el hameyuchad Adonai Echad u'shemo echad v'shemu tiferet v'li tehila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yanadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yanadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai. Verse 2. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha tikor haberacha v'rosh mikedem mesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yanadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yanadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai. Verse 5. Hitoreri ki ma'orek u'mi'orim uri shir daberi kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yanadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yanadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai. We welcome the bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה. lecha Dodi likrat kala yanadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai. Lecha Dodi likrat kala yanadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai. Yalalai 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 Isn't that nice? You don't need to be waiting for an invitation to a wedding. You can come every week. The invitation is always open. You don't even need to shop the registry for a gift. How about that? Oh, friends, everyone is invited to this gathering, and we welcome you with open arms. We're going to go to our Psalm for Shabbat, Psalm 92. Read it with us in English, please. It is good to thank you, O Eternal One, to sing praises to your name.
To proclaim your love every morning and your faithfulness every night.
To the sound of the 10-string lyre with the music of the lute and harp.
Your works, O Lord, bring me gladness. Of your deeds I joyously sing.
How great are your deeds, O Adonai! How profound are your designs!
The superficial cannot comprehend. The foolish cannot grasp this.
Though the wicked may thrive like grass, and doers of evil seem to flourish,
Yet their doom is sure to come, for yours is the ultimate triumph.
those who oppose you shall be destroyed. Workers of evil are sure to be routed.
You have given me extraordinary power. I am like one who has been anointed.
I see the defeat of my foes. I hear the doom of my enemies.
The good will grow strong like the palm tree. They will thrive like the cedar of Lebanon.
Planted in the house of Adonai, they will flourish in the courts of our God.
They will yield fruit even in old age. They will remain vital and vigorous.
Proclaiming that the Eternal is just, my rock in whom there is no unrighteousness. Tzaddik Katamar at the bottom of the screen. Please sing it out with us. Tzaddik Katamar yifrach ke'erez malvanon yizkeh sheturim bebeit Adonai bechatzot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvum b'seivam teshenim v'rananim yiyu lehagim ki yashar Adonai tzuri ve'lo Cantor Rudy, how about Psalm 93, page 46?
Adonai malaki ut lavesh Adonai ositazat
Avtikon tevel batimot.
Nachon kisacha meoz amata nasu neharot Adonai nasu neharot kolam Yisu neharot dochiam Mikolod maim rabim adirim ibaream Adir bamarom Adonai Erotecha nehimnu meod Leve'ana kodesh Adonai leodech Yamin.
You bring in the light of Shabbat. Very deliberate choice made by the so-called Rabbinite Jews, the ones that followed the oral traditions of the Talmud, where the question of whether we should light candles was up for mighty discussion. I'm glad that this version is the one that is mostly done.
That one.
How could we have Shabbat without lighting candles?
Would not be the same.
So let's bring the light in while we also simultaneously send it out and wrap ourselves in it as we share it with all of our friends and family near and far. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech לעולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, במצוותיו. וציוונו להדליק נר, וציוונו להדליק נר, וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת. יא לה 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 לה, 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 יא לה 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 לה. Yai lai 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 lai. So enter into the formal service for the evening, what we call the Ma'ariv service or the evening service. All of that was preliminary. And we begin officially with the call to worship with the Baruch Hu. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 continue with our themes for the evening. The first one is always the theme of creation, morning or night, but the words change a little. In the evening, we give a praise for the one who brings on the evening and rolls away light into darkness and darkness into light. The Ma'ariv Aravim pair, please say with us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, bechochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazemanim, umisader et hakochavim, bemishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, bore yom valayla, golel or mipnei choshech, וחושך מפני אור.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אדוני, המעריב ערבים.
Amen. Second theme, morning or night, is the theme of revelation and the giving of the words that have guided the Jewish people for thousands of years. Ahavat olam means everlasting love. That's how we regard the gift of Torah. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Torah u'mitzvot חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו
בלילה, כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Those words mean, among other things, that we are so grateful for the gift of Torah, for they are our life and the length of our days, meaning that they make each day richer, more interesting, more pregnant with meaning, and more full of possibilities to do good and right in the world. And cover our eyes with that lead in and open our spirits to receive the Shema, page 72.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Continue silently for a moment. Page 80 and 82 are the prayers of your heart. And when you follow this path, you will be reminded to fulfill all my mitzvot and be holy for your God. I, the eternal your God, am the one who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I, the eternal one, am your God. We turn to page 87 and the Emet ve'emunah. I jumped ahead. It's page 86. But the words of Emet ve'emunah are there for you. I'm excited. And we will offer this melody together. Thank my friend Rabbi Moshe Rothblum for it. Not as well known as some of his others, but a favorite of ours. Emet ve'emunah, emet ve'emunah, emet ve'emunah kol zot. Ve'kayam aleinu, emet ve'emunah kol zot. יסוד וקיים עלינו אמת ואמונה כל זאת. In the middle of the page, from the Song of the Sea, with a little High Holy Day melody. Cantor, Rudy, will you lead us in? And I'll sing with you.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Okay.
ומלכות טוב ורצון קיבלו עליהם משה ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא תהילות תוספנה מלכותך רב ובניך בוקע ים לפני משה וים זרי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
That puts me back in the high holiday mood. Not that we were ever out of one, but it's
Absolutely.
good to keep the melodies well oiled and ready to go again because Kol Nidre is
Right
coming
around the
in
corner.
just a couple of nights. Woo. I'm going to offer a prayer for the evening, a prayer for protection and strength for those who need, especially for those who do not have a place to rest their head. Let's see. Far too many. We can do better. Not sure how. We've got to try something and have people in positions of power who have the will to do something. It should be all of our will that those who wander should find a safe place to rest, and that a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace, kindness, and harmony spread over all the world. This is Debbie Friedman's Hashkivenu. Ushmor tzedenu oinu lechaim uleshalom me'ata ve'ad olam me'ata ve'ad olam me'ata ve'ad olam.
Hashkivenu Adonai
Hashkivenu Adonai
Eloheinu leshalom
Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu malkeinu
lechaim ufaros aleinu Sukkot Shalom me'ata ve'ad olam 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 me'ata ve'ad olam.
On that note, one thing we can do to ease the suffering in our community is when you are next at Ner Tamid, to please bring an item or several items of non-perishable canned goods. ideally ones that can be opened with a pop top and don't need more than a spoon to be ready for someone who is hungry to have a little extra sustenance. So we have bins out this year, extra ones, and we are hoping to fill them by the end of Sukkot, when they will be picked up and distributed to people whose most pressing need is something to eat. A small thing that can make a huge difference. We'll continue with our Misha Berach prayer. There are many versions of Misha Berach, but the one that has become most well known is the prayer for healing. Misha Berach means the one that blesses, and it can be used in many settings, but at this time in our service we offer a prayer for healing with all of our hearts, for Michael Shmuel ben Yehuda Hirsch v'Yafa Leah, for Yehudit and for Audrey, for Geffen Paz ben Chana v'Yisrael, for Eitan Shai ben Adina Bracha, for Mira Shelub and Ira Poretsky, Moshe ben Tevia, Shmuel Pinchas ben Meir Herschel, Herschel Ezrael ben Nachum Vitzipa, Leah Chana bat Rachel, Larry Mendoza, Nechama Rivka bat Peraega, Edla Davida bat Nechama Rivka, Pam Kane, Sharon Blevis, Rabbi Steve Robbins, Rabbi Pinchas Lipner, Ellen Henry, Anna Henry, John Strain, Romana Alado, Laura Garner, Yaakov Yeshayahu ben Hanan V'Yafa, for Paul Whelan and Evan Gershkovich, those who are, we hope, recovering from the continuing COVID resurgence, for President Zelensky and the people of Ukraine, for our beloved homeland, the state of Israel. May she be guided with goodness and justice, and for all of those around the world experiencing displacement, uncertainty, homelessness, disease, war, indifference, the effects of extreme climate change, and always, always for Mother Earth and all of her creatures, great and small, especially those who have no one to pray for them. I invite you to add any additional names into our shared conversation. Please hold your dear ones in your heart and say their names out loud. We send good energy into the world, and it does help, even a little bit. We sing together.
Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be the divine will and ours as well. Please, may there be healing, and may it come soon. We'll offer the Vishamru. These are the verses from the book of Exodus, and we'll offer one of Debbie's melodies.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת שבת וינפש שבת שבת
We got it. Friends, we're going to do our Chatzi Kaddish, and here for the discerning ear, you'll hear just some of the changes that are included for the 10 days that start at Rosh Hashanah and end at Yom Kippur. It's not 10 days in between. If you count there too, that's also a source of discussion. 10 days altogether. And one of the additions is in the Kaddish, in the praise of God's name, we don't just say, may our prayers rise higher. We say higher and higher. So take a listen for that. Cantor, Rudy, page 108.
יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה
אמן.
בירמדי ורקירותי וימליך מלכותי
בחייך
וביומך וחייך בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו
אמן.
יש שמי רבה מברך לעולם עולם ועלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא וירדר וירעלה וירעלה שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ויאמרו Amen.
May these prayers of our hearts rise higher and higher. And if you are offering from the traditional prayer book, just take a look at a couple of spots where we add the word melech or sovereign during these particular prayers at this time of year, and the additional prayers for being remembered for the book of life. We hope to be inscribed in the Sefer Chaim, that metaphoric but so important book of life, that we should have renewed strength and vigor in the new year and come around once more time, and many, many, many more times, for good and for life and blessing. Please take a couple of minutes for silent prayer. Please take all the time you need. We'll join together, though, for a prayer for peace. most fervent prayer always. Oseh shalom mimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom mimroma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Please. Continue page 124 with Vayechulu, verses from Genesis that remember the first Sabbath ever spent.
Vayechulu hashamayim be'haaretz, Vayechulu hashamayim be'haaretz, v'chol tzevam. Vayechal Elohim b'hayom hashvihi melakto asher asa, Vayishbot b'hayom hashvihi mehigal melakto asher asa. Yalalai, 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 yalalai. Vayevarech Elohim et yom השביעי ויקדש אותו. כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. יללי 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 יללי.
Kaddish Shalem, asking again, our prayers should go higher and higher. Page 134.
יתגדל ויקדש מרבה,
אמן.
ואמרי ורקילותי וימלך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחי לכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו
אמן. יהי שמרה במברך, לעולם עולם מעלמיה יתברך.
יתברך וישבח יפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לעילא מכל בחטא ושירת שוש בחטא ונחמדה המרנה ביעלמה ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל ונדחו יצלה קודם אבהון וישמעיה ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלום רב המשפט וקדוש אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו amen.
Please have something cold and delicious to raise a glass for, and we'll turn to our Kiddush, page 142.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvoto v'natzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'vratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit. כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim. For life, goodness, and blessing, please continue to Aleinu in our concluding prayers, page 166.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית,
שלא עשנו כגויי
הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומשה ביקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אלות, אמת מלכנו וזולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והקשבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת.
אין עוד.
ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish, is remembering these beloved people this week. This Shabbat and in the days to come, we are remembering Ren Chassid, Malka Bat Yitzchak, Bejanina, mother of Cantor Rudy, and Eric Chassid, and sister-in-law of Huguette Mashbitz. We are remembering Shrulek Strum, uncle of Karen Amital, Anna Levinson, grandmother of Toby Sherwood, Ralph Forsyth Jr., grandfather of Susan St. Martin, Dorothy M. Katz, mother of Ann Meisner and aunt of Arlene Finn, Leah Rosenstein, mother of Jacob Rosenstein, and Janet Morrison St. Martin, grandmother of Chase St. Martin. We are also observing the yahrzeits of Armin Katz, Edward Berkowitz, Max Mayer, Sidney Beck, Ingf, Harold Wolf, Bernard Strauss, Ailey Asher, the Bentkovsky family, Bernard Isaac Schechter, David Schechter, Gittel Schechter and Hannah Schechter, Carl Hirschman, Sylvia Lombardi, Benjamin Greenberg, Joseph Hirschman, Nathan Mendelowitz, Jacob Norton Chapman, Hugo Zentner, Samuel Daniel, and Catherine Riney. We continue to extend our condolences to the families of Barbara Myers, Esther Menashe, Morris Feibush, Robert Ives, Bina Mitchell, Shirley Lieber-Kronemer, and Flora Yushinsky-Hudis, and Slava Yasnovsky. We pray that the memory of these beloved people will be forever a blessing, and invite you to please rise in body and in spirit as we give a praise and a thanks for the lives that were lived and the memories that live forever in our hearts. Page 185, and also on our screen. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ul'almei almaya.
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה, בריחו, לעילה, לעילה, מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו, אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו, אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו, אמן.
May those who mourn be comforted. We are thinking also of some simchas, because that is always the direction we want to send our prayers, is toward celebration. So it's a busy few days, actually, a number of birthdays coming up in the next couple of days. September 23rd, that's tomorrow, is Chuck Amital's birthday. Happy birthday, Chuck. On Yom Kippur Monday, as is not uncommon, falls my mom's birthday.
Wow.
Yay for Denise. It is her birthday Monday, so send a wish to Chuck and to Mama. And it is Rosalie Friedman's birthday on September 26th. So happy birthday to Rosalie. And I can't count how many days until we meet again. I think before we meet again, yes, it will be Alvin Weintraub's birthday on September 28th. So great to see Alvin and Marilyn at services the other day. It's so great. So to Chuck, to Mama Denise, to Rosalie and Alvin, happy birthday week. Fantastic. To 120 for everyone. Hope that there are many more celebrations going on in the community. But for our Ner Tamid family, near and far, we are looking ahead to tomorrow morning, Shabbat Shuvah at 9:30 at Ner Tamid, and also online. You can join us for our Shabbat service. It's essentially a regular Shabbat service with a few little
inclusions,
pieces spiced in to make it special between the very big holidays, our highest of holy days. So that's tomorrow morning. You can find us. We'd love to have you in person or online. Sunday morning at 10:30, a little group of us will be out at Salem Memorial Park. In the Ner Tamid section, you can find us. We do a brief service, what's called Kever Avot, which means the gravesides of the ancestors. It's a time-honored High Holy Day tradition to visit the gravesites of the ancestors, to let them know that we're physically still with them, though they're always in our hearts. And it's a centering activity. It's actually very, very meaningful. We'll have a short service of tribute, about 20 minutes, and then people take some time to visit their loved ones and where they are resting. It's really very, very moving. Sunday morning, again at 10:30 at Salem Memorial Park. You'll find us up sort of toward the top. That's in Colma, and there are several resting grounds in a row, but we're at Salem. That's one of the easier ones to remember because some of the other names are rather similar, but we will meet and do our ceremony at Salem. Sunday evening at 7 p.m., please, it's just the best thing to do on a day where you might be fasting or eating less than normal for Yom Kippur in the traditional way. Please do bring some non-perishable items for our food bins and join us in person if you can, please, for Kol Nidre, the beginning of Yom Kippur. We'll be singing and worshiping beautiful melodies with Camellia on flute and Aaron on violin. Those of you who attended Slichot had a taste of their beautiful music. So that will be Kol Nidre Sunday evening at 7, the holiest night of the Jewish year, in person and also on YouTube. Monday morning for Yom Kippur Day, the Day of Atonement, will begin at 9:30. Special prayers, we go till the early afternoon. It's a beautiful service with public confessionals and prayers that are reserved just for that special day. We'll take a break. We'll be closing the building between around 2 to 4:30, and our concluding afternoon and into the closing service will begin again at 4:30. All of those are in person and on YouTube. Our links are a little limited. You're all here, so you probably have our regular links. Please only share the links with trusted family and friends. Of course, that's what any of you would do. We're taking some extra precautions. You also noticed anyone who was online for Rosh Hashanah, this will be the same for Yom Kippur. Our chat is closed during the high holidays. We just invite you to please concentrate on your own prayers, and we leave the chat closed for a myriad of reasons. I want to say a special thank you to our incredible lay leaders without whom none of this is possible. For those who donate to our little community, we're not subsidized by any organization other than ourselves. And everything we do to keep the lights on does require some tzedakah and charitable gifts. We are so grateful to anything that anyone can do, especially if you're a regular or semi-regular attender at our Zoom or YouTube services, at our YouTube services. They don't fall out of the sky. They really take a lot of behind the scenes work, a tremendous amount. We try to make it look easy, but as you know, sometimes it's too soft, it's too loud. We aim for Goldilocks, just right, but it's a lot of work and tremendous amount of effort behind the scenes to make it feel smooth and still homey and welcoming. So we really appreciate your support and thank you for that in advance and for those gifts that have already come. It means the world to us. If there's anything I've forgotten, please do mention it in the chat. Next Friday, we're actually going to be, God willing, in person, but also on YouTube. We will attempt to do our service from our sukkah, my most favorite holiday. Stay tuned for more information about that. The High Holy Days are nourishing, like protein and vegetables of a meal. Sukkot next week, that's the dessert. So don't miss the dessert. That's the best part of the meal. That is this High Holy Day season. So please look for more information. Thank you so much to everyone who's been a part of this evening. If you're new to us, thank you for joining us. If you haven't been here in a while, hello, welcome again. I'm sorry we run out of hands to put too many comments in the chat, but I know there are some people visiting, haven't been here in a while. Shana Tova to everybody. We're going to conclude. Cantor, Rudy, it's so wonderful to do services with you. Thank you. We're going to conclude with, again, our return again. We shall return to return again. And where we began at 6, we shall conclude. So this is the melodies of Shlomo Carlebach and Donnie Massing, ancient words from Lamentations, and a modern take on all of the things to which we hope to return on this Shabbat of return. And we wish everybody an easy fast, a meaningful and fulfilling Yom Kippur, and a Shabbat Shalom. Return again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn and reborn. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai elecha, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Gamar Chatima Tova. May you all be inscribed in the book of life for a beautiful, peaceful, and healthy new year. We hope to see you very, very soon. Please take care. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.